Hi folks, welcome back to The Addicted Bookworm. Alright, so I decided to do something bold. I decided to take my Kobo Libra color out of its case and just use the case when I'm traveling and everything, because I do not have a habit of dropping my devices. So I'm really good at it. This is the book I'm currently reading, Chili to Die For by Lily York. I am on, I believe, chapter 7 of this book. So real excited about it. This was among the books that I got for free. I didn't have to pay for it because I had literally deleted my entire Kobo library of books, which sucked because I had spent a lot of money on those books and everything. So as time progresses on, I am going to reacquire the books. However, I do believe that I can get them back and everything. So, yeah. So this is what I'm doing. Anyways, so I finished the second book in the Rita Mae Brown, Sneaky Pie Brown series. I believe it's called Rest in Pieces. So here's the thing about these books when you get them. So I thought that I could go, like, if I was at 50, like it was at like 30% of the book done and all that, I could just go ahead and just buy them. However, that is not the case. You actually either have to, let's see here. You have to either wait till you're done with the book and, sorry, I'm just obsessed over my hair. Why am I obsessed over my hair? So either you have to wait till you're absolutely done with the book before you can get it, or you have to, send it back and get it that way. But you do have the option of just outright getting it without having to borrow it from the library. I believe I've got, I now have 3 of her books in my Kobo reader. And so, yeah, I am really excited about it. I'm going to go ahead and return the Gate of the Feral Gods back to the library because I can't put it on my Nook, and I can't put it on my Kobo. I will, however, attempt to check out another book that's not like run by Amazon, like not controlled by Amazon, and see if that will actually work. Anyways, plus side though, I did figure out how to do it, so I'm very happy about that. Alright, so Rest in Pieces is the second book, and I was reading it, but I wasn't actually processing who the victim was, which is why I'm glad I went ahead and bought it, because now I can reread it anytime I want, and I can figure out like who the victim is and who the killer is and all that type of stuff. I think it was more of like I was blinded by the fact that it was a library book and I had to return it after a certain number of days. That really did that. But I was like, okay, because I think in the back of my mind I was like, I'm just planning on to actually buy this book for my device, and therefore I don't really have to pay attention to details. However, interestingly enough, we have a character called Boom Boom. If you guys have read the series, you know who Boom Boom is. Boom Boom is a woman who developed early, like in the 6th grade. And apparently she's very happy that her assets are famous. She used to love to embarrass the heck out of boys, especially boys that may not have been with a woman yet, you know, that kind of thing. She loved it. She got a kick out of it. And at first I thought it was actually Boom Boom that was actually the victim. It actually wasn't. It was some person. But the thing about it is the killer was like, I don't know, like, why is it that you drop something and then when it appears you really kind of be like, oh no, I messed up. And that's what happens with a killer. There's an earring that appears that just literally makes him go nutty and insane, and that's why he makes these big mistakes. The characters of Miss Putcher and of I can't. I have reread two of these books, and I still cannot remember the name of the corgi. They're so literally they work together to try to help Harry figure out exactly where she's supposed to go, and I think that this is one of the huge reasons that I really like the Mysteries of Max series, because it reminds me of the Rita Mae Brown, Stinky Pie Brown series, except that the cats can actually talk to Odette. So I think that's where I get my just love of that series, is from this one. But what happens is the corgi discovers a hand. The hand used to belong to a person. When the owner of the hand, who is now very dead, is discovered by Harry, thanks to, of course, her pets, it is not exactly a event that she wants to remember. But here's the thing about it is that it is believed that the storm is the reason that this person is dead, but it turns out not to be. The storm was used as a cover to hide what happened. So you have to quickly come to the conclusion that the storm is a cover, even though at the time, especially if you first read it, you don't quite get why you have to dispel that. But if you read it like over and over again, you have to dispel the idea that the storm is the reason. Like I said, enjoyed it immensely, thought it was great, and I loved it. And I will tell you, A Chili to Die For, I am also enjoying as well. But I'm going to tell you something. Don't get me wrong, I love my case, I do. However, I'm noticing that with the case, like, not on here, that the reader is just a heck of a lot more lighter. So yeah. This afternoon, I think it was this afternoon, I had already finished book 1. And I decided to try to get book 1 back onto my device. And I will tell you, I had the dickens of a time trying to get that on there. And it was because Google Play wanted me to scan my thumbprint to prove that I was who I claimed, or basically to authorize the purchase. And it just would not do it. I ended up having to change my password to where I could actually do that, and that was something else. And you just imagine your general manager trying to get your attention when you're trying to figure out what the heck you're doing wrong with something. It's not what I would call ideal, and I come across like a cross because, look, I'm trying to get this done and I don't want interruptions. But I managed to do it, and I hooked it up to my phone's Wi-Fi, and I basically downloaded it, marked it as read because I did read it. And the thing about it is, this time around, I was on my computer when I got the second book, so really happy about it. Now I will say this though, that I'm not going to be getting any more ebooks and all that. What I'm actually going to do is tomorrow. Well, yeah, tomorrow is Saturday. I'm off on Saturday. I'm also off on Sunday. I'm going to take my time with the third book because in reality, I still have maybe 11 days left, and I have I've got 4 items out. 3 of them are the series, and 1 of them. So I'm going to return. Sorry. I'm going to return that 1 book that I can't read on my Kobo or on my Nook back to the library. So I'll have 3. And I'm going to wait until I have all 3 of those books read and acquired or bought back on this device. And then I will go ahead and get more books. What I'm actually thinking about just doing is after book number 5, after book number 5, I'm going to go ahead and purchase book number 6 and read that. So, yeah. So, I'm officially... So, if anybody wants to know how many... Hold on a second. How many books that I currently have on my... Alright, so I have 7 finished books. I had much more than that. And I have 28 books reading / TBR. So, yeah. And then I'm at 29% of Chili to Die For. I got 50 minutes ago. I may go ahead and I may end up finishing A Chili to Die For tonight. And I'll go ahead and upload that. And that will make it 8. Tomorrow I'm going to read volume 2 of Kiss with a Cat. And that's going to go my completed one when I'm done. I have 16 hours left of the Lucy Lacey Doyle series. There's more books than just the 9. I think there's a total of maybe 14 books, maybe 19 books. I don't remember. So yeah. And then what I'm actually going to do is after I'm done reading A Chili to Die For, I'm going to go all the way down here, and I'm going to get Bed and Breakfast and Murder. That is the next book that I will read. And I will probably pick up the 3rd volume of Kiss with a Cat probably next week, because next week I'm going to purchase volume 1 and volume 2 of Kiss with a Cat. And then I will, I'll go from there. So that's what I'm going to do. So, I'm really excited about it. Really, how many books I actually I'm reading or on my TBR, that is really low compared to a lot of people. A lot of people have hundreds of books, like 500-600 books. But I decided that I was going to approach my Kobo very differently. And you just be like, okay, I love this series. I want to buy this. I want to buy the books in the series. And that's exactly what I did. Okay, so that's my video. I hope you enjoyed it. And I'll see you guys in the next one.